Even John. Just wait for a few more minutes and I'll explain tonight's rig. Evening, Carol. Hi, babes. Just wait for a few more to come on and we'll talk about tonight's rig, which is a fairly simple one. Evening, Patrick. Right, we're going to have a go at a rough ground rig, and it's a floating bait one, so it's ideal if you're going, you've like pollocking, stuff like that. Really good rig. So I'll make a start. So going a bit old school. We want three-way swivel. Pretty old school, but that's it. You know, you don't really want lots of things that's going to catch up on the rocks or wherever you're going to fish. So next, if you can see it, it's one of those little rotten bottom clips there. Hello mate, how you doing? So get my pliers in a minute. Another pliers. I should have a matching set really. It's gone blurry. Is that better? There we go. Okay. So we're going to pinch the little clip right in the end there. What we want to do, we're going to open that up that little end eye a little bit more. Okay. Hi Andy. So it's a bit fiddly, but you can just give it a little, if I can, if I hold it right, bend it out a little bit, there we go. So we're going to put that, so the three-way swivel is usually that way, so you have your main line up the top, weight at the bottom, and your snood coming off. Okay, this time we're going to turn it, so your weight will be going off the middle bit. Okay, so I'm going to put that on a minute. And get it on there, so it's like that. Okay, if you can see that. Okay, right, then we'll clamp it all back in, and here's one I made earlier, Blue Peter. So all clamped back in. Right, next bit, 20-pound amnesia line, probably a good 3.5 foot, I suppose, something like that. Great line. Okay, so now you want a rubber stop bead. So push it through. I always wet mine a little bit as well, so a little bit of saliva, and then pull your bead, if I can, onto the line. There we go. Right, so it's your stop bead. Okay, one normal little, what's that, 4mm bead, push that on the line. So that's what you have now. Okay, then we're going to use crab float, little miniature crab float. I've seen a few people use these, and what they'll do, they'll have a stop bead, then another bead, stop bead again, so it's locked in place. Don't want that. I want the actual float, so when it's in the water it will rise up to where the bait of the head is. Okay, head of the bait, sorry. But when you're casting it, it's not going to go any further than the stop bead and the bead. Okay, so going to use a 4.0 Sakuma Manta Extra. Once again, 4 or 5 turns around, back through the hole, and then back through again a couple of times. Wet the knot like that. Gently pull it down. If you've got one of those handy little bit of kit, you can hook it onto the eye there, or the bend of the hook, and really make sure it's tight. Cut the excess line off. Right, so now this is what you should have. You should have your hook, float, your crab float, bead. So I'm going to slide that sliding float down to about there. So in all, from the tip of the hook to the stop bead, probably looking about 5 inches. Okay. So the idea is when it's cast in, the float won't go up, but when it's in the water, the float will rise up. Okay, and it'll be up by the head, or near enough of your fish, keeping that off the rocks. Going back to the 3-way swivel now, we'll tie the hook snood on. Prefer a bit of a longer trace, just to keep it up if there's any weed, anything like that, worth having, worth doing. Once again, pull it down tight, make sure you wet it, stop the friction. I just put I try to do rigs that not everyone normally does on their videos, so try to give you a bit of a different perspective and different things. So now we got 3-way swivel, the little rotten bottom clip that your weight will go on, going down to about 3.5 foot of 20-pound amnesia line, stop bead, crab float, and then your hook. Right, so that's that section done for a minute. Now you want some light line. I'm using, what's that, Aero Supermatch Shimano stuff. It's only 10-pound line. Okay, so I'm going to cut, I don't know, a foot of the stuff off. Okay, now that, what I do is, it's easier really, it's just form my knot in my finger sort of thing. So round 3 or 4, well say 4 or 5 times, should we say, back through, if I can get the thing back through, there we go, and pull it down. So you should have that, you can see that. Okay, okay, make sure you wet again. Hi Karen, hope all's well, mate. So on your little rotten bottom clip now, you want to put your real light line, your 10-pound line. Okay, put it over and pull it tight. Okay, like that. Okay, got a weight here already as well. God, I can't believe how hot it is tonight. It's baking in here. Right, now I'm not, plain lead, I'm not using no clips, no Mustad split rings, no Gemini clips, nothing. Okay, just the lead, and it's going to be tied to the weak link. Okay, all you want really is about, say, 5 inches from your weight to your rotten bottom clip, about 5 inches. That is all you want. You don't want too much line trailing off it, so I'm going to take a little bit more of that off there a minute. Right, go around 4 or 5 times again. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. go through the knot, the hole, sorry, and then back through again. You do it a couple of times you want to do it. Make sure you wet the knot again, just to avoid friction sort of thing. Cut my tag end off. Usually on a bit lighter line, I'm going to probably leave probably about 3mm. It don't really matter, but yeah, I don't know if you can see that clearly or not. But 3mm little tag on it. So what we got now, 3-way swivel. So it's not that way as it normally is, it's there. So the actual rotten bottom clip is being opened up, clipped on, and then clamped back up to the middle section of the 3-way swivel. Right, if I can untangle it, there we go. So now your weight will clip like that, if you can see that. So when it hits the water, that will come out. So you've only got a weak link then, and your bait will be nice and high, floating up off the rocks or the weed. So if you do get a good fish on, chances are your weight's, you're right, you're going to lose a weight, get some spark plugs, something like that. You're going to lose a weight, but you're going to get your fish back. And you know, as we all know, there's some cracking fish hiding all the rock marks or weed gullies and stuff like that, so it's definitely worth doing that. Anyway, bait wise, what I'm going to do, I would use this with a live eel. So I've got my nearest thing to a live eel, which is a Skerry's imitation sand eel. Ignore the hook in it already, okay, because it's already pre-molded and it's in there and it's all blah 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 and it's weighted and stuff. But that's a Skerry's eel. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just imitate it. If you're going to use live eel, which I would recommend, especially for pollock and whatever else is lurking around in all the weed beds and rocky outcrops, is there's your eel. So you would go down, if I can do this without sabotaging this nice little, what I'll do, hold on, ignore that, pretend that's an eel. Okay, so you would go down through the mouth and out through the gill plate, okay, and then just through a little bit and nip it just ever so slightly into the sand eel's belly. Then that eel will be doing that. Okay, so it's only gone through the mouth, out through the gill plate, out a little bit, and just nipped in the sand eel's belly. So the eel obviously will be doing that in the water and be held up more buoyant with the crab float. So that'll be doing that. And if you can hear the crab float as well, you get a bit of a rattle from it as well. So that's going to give it a bit more traction. So that's way off the floor, or the seabed, sorry. Good 3.5 foot. Your weight is going to be doing whatever it's going to be doing. Sat in the weed bed, in a rock, you know, in a crack in a rock, jammed in there. But you know that your live bait is way out of the water. And that's it, really. So I'll go for it one more time. 3-way swivel. And then rotten bottom clip. Open it up. And then obviously close it back in so it's really nice and tight. I got £10 wink link line. Then your lead, obviously, whatever lead you choose, or a spark plug or whatever. So that will clip on like that. So when you're casting, that does that, okay? And just pushes that out a little bit more, okay? You can, if you want, get a bit of rubber tubing. It just pushes that out a bit more weight from the weight, but you shouldn't really need to. It goes down, like I said, 3.5 foot of amnesia line, £20. If you want to use more, it's up to you, but 15, 20 should be more than enough. You want it to be a bit more up, you know. So then we got a little stop bead, another little bead, your crab float. I got a 4.0 extra manta on, and then eel. Once again, when you're live baiting your eel, go through the mouth gently, out through the gill plate, and then just pinch it in the stomach. You know, eel's going to last a good while down there, just swimming around and be held up as buoyant as it can be with a crab float. So cracking little rotten bottom rig, especially if you want to fish some territory that hardly gets touched, well, due to tackle loss really. So you're going to lose a few weights, but that's probably it's not a bad thing if you're going to catch a cracking well, bass, pollock or whatever, you know. So worth a go. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll get it shared around. And sorry Sam, looking good mate. If I recognise you working with you in the shop the other day. Hello Sam, I do know you now mate. How you doing? Yeah, hopefully that shop's all done now buddy. Hey, but anyhow guys, everyone take care, and I'll come up with something a bit different again next time, because I try to do things a bit alternative. Hi Rich. Oh yeah, I try to do rigs that, you know, a little bit different, or alternative styles, or you know, different versions of rigs to look at. So you know, no worries. Well, have a good evening everybody, and I'll catch you all soon. Take care everybody. Bye.